This is my 1998 Vauxhall Vectra B, and again, I'm doing this wrong again, aren't I? My very knackered stated Vauxhall Vectra B, and I've had a bit of a think on what I'm planning to do with this car. My Rode Wireless Go still hasn't been fixed yet, so that's why I'm having to try and get a little bit closer so you guys can hear me for starters. So like I said, I've had a little bit of a think of what I'm going to do with this car, and I think I'm just going to crack on with the small bits for now. As I mentioned in one of the previous videos, I was feeling a little bit down about what I'm doing with this and about the things that are going on with life at the minute, i.e. commitments and trying to find the money to fix it. But I think now I've got it, I think it's only worth trying to fix it. But the boot has now dried, so I could at least put the wiper mechanism back on and hopefully fix that problem and get rid of all this tarpaulin that's on the roof of it at the moment. Now, before anybody asks, it's not going to be the best job. I'm not a painter, nor am I in the right environment to do this situation properly, but it's all painted, it's not crumbling, it's not as rusty as what it was. Therefore, I think it's now time to put everything back together and button this one job up. At least so then, that's one thing ticked off the list. Obviously, like I say, it's not the greatest, but it'll do. And I suppose at the minute with my mind and my thoughts against this car with the rust in the corners, that will have to do. So let's try and unpeel all this tape and see how it actually looks under the skin. Looking at the car, it is in its current state of disrepair, currently on its jack still, and with the torch I haven't done anything, but it still looks as rotten as when we left it, but hopefully, he says, we'll be able to do something with this at some stage. At least it's in somewhere that's relatively dry for now, especially on that side. Now, all the bits for the wiper and everything else are here, so fingers crossed we can get this back on. And this is what I mean, it doesn't look perfect. I'm quite annoyed with myself. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be annoyed as well, saying that that looks absolutely horrible. But I'm hopeful that maybe that rubber bung is going to cover up most of the defects, so long as it, well, one is the same colour and two looks okay, then I'm happy with that. It's been primered, it's been painted, it's been lacquered, so all should be well. All I need to do now is take off all this tape and see how bad it really is. And what better way of doing that than just getting on with it. So let's take off this tarp first. One crumb of good news is it doesn't smell mouldy. So that's a good start, considering that door hasn't been closed for quite a little while. This is all coming off relatively easily. I'm going to do this quite carefully. Quite nervous for this, to be fair, because it's going to look absolutely awful, I think. Just hoping it doesn't take the paint off with it. Although I've got good reference points, this is all nice and painted. There we go. Okay, it doesn't look as great as I was expecting. Right, let's get some polish on it. Let's polish it up, which they say you must do. And let's get rid of any of this residue. Now I must admit I'm not entirely pleased with it, but yeah, I could have done better. But for the process of just sorting this rust out to save the boot, so that it doesn't go any further, I think it could be worse. This is a rookie's job, as it were. So there is, even though I taped it up as much as I could, there is loads of overspray underneath here, which with some thinners I would imagine would come off relatively easily, so that we may sort in the future. All this white stuff is probably going to have to get touched up with touch-up pen, I would imagine, just to make that look a little bit pleasing. I could just redo it, but I think for the purpose of this, and just boxing this off for now until I get the major part sorted, I think we're just better off putting it back together and seeing how it goes. So let's open the boot and get the rest of it off. Now that's done, part of me just wants to say we'll give it a start so we can test the rear wiper working, which I have no doubt it should work really. If we have a look in here now, you'll see everything's now back together how it should be, which is good. But I don't know if that wiper is working or not yet. So we need to see if we can find that out. I'll try put the keys in it first rather than starting it. I mean, I would prefer almost to start it, but it's got no handbrake. If I take it out of gear, I fear it might just move. So, because the rear wheels are off the ground, it shouldn't move. But let me get the keys. Let's just see if that rear wiper works. If that works and there's enough power just to move even just an inch, then I know it's working. So let's go and get the keys. On second thought, I don't think it's going to work. So let's turn that down. Jesus. Let's move the old deer out the way, and we'll get a jump lead to it just to give it some power. I'm still debating on whether to start it or not, but I'm not sure. I mean, if I keep my foot on the brake, we should be okay. But I'm not entirely convinced. There's people parking their cars all over the place, so it's making me struggle with this big boat to get anywhere to put anything on it. So well, considering it doesn't want to unlock itself with a key, I would suggest it's dead. So let's just put a jumper cable on it and find out what it does. Why are these always in a tangling mess? We've got power. I just know this is going to be the sketchiest shit known to man. Ignition is on. We're in. Now, does the rear wiper work? Well, that's the indicators. Shit. Hang on a minute. That's the... Aha! It moved. Wait for it again. I think it's timed. Hey, the rear wiper is in fact working. Now, do I chance starting it? Probably not the greatest of ideas. Ah, what the hell. Right, she's running. Let's get out of the motor vehicle. Roll this window down so I can get in if it locks me. Not that it will. And I think we can safely say, where? Not really there. I think we can safely say that it's running fine. But listen to this, guys. That's the sound of the clutch, I think. Oh. Never mind, it was the speakers. But there is still a gearbox noise. Guys, it's sat for that long, it's smoking in here like a bugger, but also look at all this soot. Yeah. So it's made the wall black at least. Oh, she's healthy. Engine related, that is, anyway. So I think that then concludes today's video on the Vectra. The boot is now all back together, so there's no tarp all over it, which is a start. And we're going to do the small bits which I mentioned in probably my last video that was uploaded, which is everything that's wrong with the Vectra. So we're going to be sorting all the small bits until I can get the financials to, and the time as well when the weather's nice, because the weather's unpredictable at the minute, to do the arches and the sill. So that's going to be fun. Anyways guys, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, why not leave it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and stay safe.